Well, Justin just noticed something right outside our front door here, so we're going to have to do a little catch and relocate here. But got a little rattlesnake sitting here. Okay, we got him in a little bucket here. A lot of people, obviously, they probably would have went and got the shovel or got the gun and annihilated this little guy. However, our plan is to relocate him, but what I like to do is do a little demonstration, show the kids a little bit about the snake, take advantage of this opportunity for a little bit of education. And right now it's probably in the low 90s, which is very warm. The snake's highly active, so I'm going to get him caught and put in a container and cool him down. Cooling him down will allow me to handle him a little more safely, and we'll continue. Okay, we got the little guy caught, and we're going to stick him in this little milk jug. Cool him down, that'll allow me to handle him a little better and show you guys his fangs and some stuff like that. So, now all I got to do is get him in this bucket. He's barely going to fit. He's about as big around as the opening. Come on. Get in there. Maybe I should have gone head first, huh?
Maybe.
Okay. Watch yourself. I'm afraid he's going to slide right out, but we're going to find out, I guess. There we go. Okay. All right.
Can we come out?
I cut, is this the right jug?
Dad.
Should be.
Can we come out?
No, I cut a bunch of air holes in a jug. This isn't it. Where'd the jug go?
You brought this out.
Gosh darn, I grabbed the wrong jug. Alright, well let me cut some ventilation into this jug.
Hey, Dad,
Otherwise I have to put him in the other one, and we'll put him in the fridge and cool him down. Okay, we'll put him in here for safekeeping, right next to the other milk. And we'll give him a few minutes. He'll cool down a little. Be a lot safer to handle. Okay, we're going to open this thing up and find out if he's cooled down enough to handle a little bit better, and we'll do a couple little checks with him. It's only been in there about 20 minutes, so I'm going to see just how mobile he is, and we'll find out. Okay, he's obviously pretty cold. He can still move, but he's slow, very slow, which is what we want. I wanted him slow. So, anyhow, this snake is a pit viper, and they of course are venomous. One of the ways you can tell is the diamond-shaped head, very triangulated head. With the eyes, if you ever get close enough one to look at their pupil, venomous snakes have a slit for a pupil versus a round pupil of common non-venomous snakes like garter snakes and bull snakes. You also might be able to see, you have to get like super close, but there is a pit between his eye and his nostril. If you look right below that white line dividing his nose, his nostril, and eye, you'll see a small hole. That hole is the pit, and that is a heat sensing organ, and that's how this snake hunts and finds its prey, is by essentially by infrared. Anyhow, he's a little cold, but I'll see if we can open his mouth up and look at those fangs. So let me get something. Open up his mouth here and expose these fangs. They're retractable fangs, so they fold up against the roof of his mouth when his mouth is closed. Whoops, there they are. As you can see, they work independently of each other, and even though his body's cold, he obviously can function just fine with his fangs. We'll try one more time. The fang itself is hollow, just like a hypodermic needle, and you can see the pencil is wet, and that is not wet from saliva, that's wet from venom. So as these fangs possibly break or get damaged, the snake has the ability to regrow those fangs in actually a very short period of time. It's rumored to have been within hours. They can regenerate a fang, as they have other fangs essentially already partially grown. There we go. Now we've got it exposed. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but super, super sharp, and injects a hemotoxin venom, which destroys tissue and blood cells, causes a victim to essentially internally hemorrhage as far as its prey goes, and that also not only kills the animal, but also starts pre-digesting it and softening up the meat, makes it easier for the snake to digest. On this end of the snake, we'll look at the rattle. It is falsely rumored that you can judge the age of a snake by the rattle. And you can't, but you can determine how many times the snake has shed its skin by the rattle. Each time it sheds its skin, it will add a rattle, providing that that rattle is not broken off during its normal course of life, which is common, and then it can regrow. This snake actually has a very, very nice, pretty rattle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads. Certainly does not mean the snake is 7 years old. The snake is probably closer to maybe 4 years old. Anyhow, it's a prairie rattlesnake. Super, super large ones grow to the 4-foot range, which is actually pretty uncommon. 3 foot's probably average, so the snake is a little bit shy of that. The snake's probably a little over 2 feet long. Plump, it's been eating good. You can see inside of it there's a little bulge there, so it has had a meal recently. And what we're going to do now, let the kids, if you guys want to touch them, you can touch them real quick. Of course, not on the head.
I want to wash my head.
And then we're going to
Wow, they feel weird.
take them back outside, let them warm back up, and then go release them in a safer habitat than our front yard. Okay, so now we're going to let this little snake go. We found a decent area that's away from people. It has good habitat, so, and some cover, so hopefully he can find cover. Birds of prey like to eat these little guys up all the time, so we're going to let him head on out of here. One observation that my son Hunter just made, and it's actually pretty common, during this whole process of working with this snake, catching him, messing around with him and releasing him, never once did this snake rattle. So not all rattlesnakes are going to rattle. You certainly can't rely on that as your determining factor of whether the snake is a rattlesnake or not. I don't know about you guys, but I can hear the theme song to Born Free playing right now. Almost brings a tear to my eye.